Hi, I'm Carina Ockedahl, Managing Editor from Canadian Auto Dealer, and I'm here with Rick Johnston, who is now with Quorum, was with Autovance, but will speak to that division. So before we enter that conversation, it's worth a reminder that NADA, the NADA show, is now on a virtual platform this year. That's a big deal because NADA is a huge show in North America. It's a large pull for all dealers, whether it's in Canada or the US. And so to go to a virtual platform, thank goodness they did that, but it's probably quite different than the usual in Las Vegas, New Orleans, San Francisco. So Rick, maybe you can speak to a bit of the experience. What's that been like for you, even connecting with dealers, including Canadian dealers?
Yeah, I think it's been a lot different for us. I think you're so used to having that interaction on the floor where there's so much hustle and bustle, and but we have still made lots of connections. We've had some people connect through the platform and just to chat and email, and so it's been it's been a different medium, but I mean, really hasn't that been the case for us for the last 11 months in general? So 12 months.
That is an excellent point. So I guess everybody is kind of used to that. Now, the fact that it is a virtual platform, I imagine that the way you've presented new products, new services, whatever it is, that's something you're quite used to as well. So maybe you can speak to what's been showcased during the show.
Yeah, and I mean, I think that it's actually been a very interesting experience for us having to adopt to this model because our customers have had to adopt to this model so much in the past 12 months, and it's been a big focus of our business. Autovance has built a web-based desking tool and an F&I menu solution for the past 8 years. We've been working on that, and it's been in the market and it's been very successful for us. And when the pandemic hit, it really showed us that we were well positioned to take the in-store transaction and help extend it online for our dealers. So, I'm sure it's the hashtag buzzword of the show, but we're playing in the digital retail space, and we think that we have a real advantage there because whether you're transacting in the store or you're transacting with the consumer online, it's the same platform with Autovance. So.
Great. Well, what sort of comments have you received from the people visiting your virtual booth?
Yeah, I think it's been really positive. I mean, I would say to that point, it's been, you for sure are hearing, oh, there's a lot of digital retail in the space. I think one of the things that we hear a lot is just, I never really thought that we would blend these tools together, that we would take desking and digital retailing and make them one, but it makes a ton of sense. We never really thought it through ourselves, but as we see you do it and they see how a transaction can start in the store and then extend online, or start online and then come in store, just, again, buzzword again, omni-channel, that sort of omni-channel approach to transactions, it's been really well received by dealers.
Do you think, imagine this theme will continue for the rest of the year, but what do you see coming up as well, maybe in the near future or midterm future?
Well, I think we're going to, I don't, not just that I think, but I hope that we're going to actually start to define what digital retail means. It's this sort of enormous bucket of, whether it's a button that lets you appraise your car online or whether it's something that gives you payments online. I'm kind of hopeful, and I think that we're going to see that path become defined to truly digital retailing tools where a transaction is required to call it digital retail, right? I mean, you wouldn't consider you're retailing a car in the store if you're just appraising someone's trade-in. So I think that's the path we're going down, is that, I think we're going to see that the group of people that are focused in that area narrow a little over the next 12 months. I think there's a lot of people that have come into the space. And so, yeah, that's where I see it going.
Great. Well, I guess my last question for you will be, if you have anything, if the company has anything coming up in the pipeline, maybe you can share that with us.
Yeah, I think, because we've done desking and we've done F&I, menus and things like that in the store, really what we've been focused on over the first 12 months of this journey for us has been building out a model that sort of competes with the others that live in this digital retail space. So the ability for you to get accurate payments online and add things like accessories and make deposits, do credit apps, that kind of thing. The next step for us is to really think that process through of what does it look like to do an entire transaction, not just create a lead, but an entire transaction for a consumer from home without losing the tools that you've always relied upon in store to sell the products that you sell. You know, I think there's an enormous sort of fear centered around, well, if the consumer does everything from home, we lose our opportunity to, you know, present an F&I menu or to sell accessories. And I think that's a fairly safe statement with the way that technology looks in this moment. But we hope to really put that fear to rest by stitching those two solutions together, or those two paths of entry together, and making it so that it doesn't matter whether the customer's in the store or whether they're at home. Your sales manager, your F&I manager, your salespeople, they have a single platform and a single way to work with the customer, and right from start to finish. So,
Wayne, well, thank you so much for taking the time to do this interview. I hope you enjoy the rest of the show, and I wish you and your family and your team good health and safety during this period.
yeah, thanks, Carina. Appreciate you having me.